Hello everybody! I want to tell you a little story about a holiday I've been on recently to Morocco, and I also want to give you a little gift that I'll tell you about at the end. When you buy more, you spend more, the shopkeeper said to me. It was my first day in Fez, and this was the 5th time I'd heard someone make this statement. I loved Fez. It was an amazing place. It had windy streets, there were camel heads in butchers without refrigeration, there were spices piled high, there were rugs, teapots, crazy men going around selling tea on the streets. It was like a discotheque for the senses. The only problem was, it was like dancing with a straitjacket on, because wherever I went, people were coming up to me and trying to pressure me into buying their goods and services, and it drove me crazy. I empathised with these guys and these ladies. I empathised because I know what it's like to be self-employed. I respected them for their entrepreneurial endeavours. I respected their craft, and I respected they needed to make a living. But the problem I saw was that the more they pressurised, the more, as a customer, I resisted. And as I thought about it when I came back home, and thought about being a self-employed person, which I've been for 13 years, and as a coach to other self-employed people, I see that as a problem for all of us. The pressure to sell ourselves can be consuming. It can make us feel very needy, very scared. But I'm really lucky because I live in London. If I don't sell, I won't end up on the street, most probably. I come from a culture where I'm protected. But the other pressure I see that's on all of us is the pressure to succeed. We compare ourselves with other people, we push ourselves to be more successful, even if it's not necessarily in the direction that's going to be most fulfilling or satisfying to us. Well, there is another way. I'll go back to Morocco for a minute, because there was this whole other side to that culture that opened my heart. There was one day I was walking in the old city and I heard this music playing. It was blasting out of a building, and I snuck up to the building and I went inside the building, and I saw inside there was a Moroccan wedding, a fully traditional wedding, and it was quite a spectacle. So what I could see was this bride dressed all in red in this glittering outfit, and she was sitting on this white throne, and there were 4 people holding this white throne, and they were raising her up and down, and all these people around her were dancing and laughing joyously. And as I watched this spectacle, I felt honoured to see it. But what I didn't expect was this. Someone spotted me at the door, and they ushered me into the wedding. There I was, looking like a bit of a trog, if I'm honest, and they showed me to a seat and they sat me down, and then they offered me drinks, they offered me cakes, they treated me as one of the guests. Within minutes, I'd befriended a group of young ladies, and they were all in beautiful outfits. Within a few more minutes, the father of this group of lovely young ladies came up to me and said, "Now, very seriously, the next time you come to Fez, you must stay in our home." Wow. I was so deeply moved by this generous offer that I nearly cried. This was the real and authentic Morocco. This was Morocco, and what I experienced was the true values of the people there and their love and their care for others. And I came home and thought about these 2 experiences, and thought about that pressurised side of Morocco, and thought about how we also pressurise ourselves. And then I thought about the hospitable side of Morocco and how that also applies to all of us. If we come from creating our work and our goals and treating our lives as something precious, if we nurture ourselves and if we build our lives from our values, then we're going to feel more relaxed, we're going to feel more inspired. But why is it that we go so easily into that feeling of pressure? Well, it's because our brains are wired to do that. Our brains are wired for safety, for needing status. So it's really easy to go back into that fight or flight, scary feeling of, oh, I must be successful. But guys, it's a new year. It's a new start. I feel like singing a song now. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new world. And I have a solution. It's January, isn't it? It's 2015, it's January, and I always do a document every year to help me come up with goals that come from my values rather than what I tend to do, or people tend to do, which is write goals from a sense of pressure or gotta, pulling my socks up. So I'm giving it to you as a gift this January, as I hope that it helps you to really think about what's working in your life, what's important to you, and to help you come up with some goals that feel really good. Before I finish, I quickly want to say I did buy some amazing things in Fez, like this handbag, and it is a fantastic place to visit, so please do. And before I finish, I also want to recommend that you also leave a comment below and tell me what you're creating this year. What's an important goal for you that comes from your heart rather than pressure? That's all from me. Speak to you soon. Have an amazing 2015. Bye.